2024 Kia Soul GT Line Limited, and boy is that name long.
That's a mouthful.
But there's something about this car that we have to talk about.
Absolutely. No, it's not the color that we're talking about. It's the fact that it's a Kia Soul in and of itself. Now, many people take a look at this beautiful, boxy, rugged box, toaster shoebox, whatever you want to call it. And
Hamster car.
And they think just that. They think this is way too boxy for me, and they can often have a polarizing opinion about it without even giving it a fair shot. But get behind the wheel of this bad boy, and you're going to see that it's going to give you all your favorite SUV-like qualities, but it's going to give you that sedan price tag, so it might just be the best vehicle for you. And this actually happened to my sister. She hated the Soul, got behind the wheel, loved it. Favorite car.
And actually my dad is someone with very strong opinions. He's a Ford guy through and through. He got behind the wheel of a Kia Soul, and he was quickly searching up how he can put those seats into his car. It's comfortable, it's got great features, great price point, and we're going to talk all about that today.
Absolutely.
So, shall we get into it?
Yep, let's get into it. With that being said, in today's video, it is live streamed, and Gabby and I are going to give you a full in-depth walkthrough of the exterior, but also the interior. And we do this because, number one, we love Kia and Hyundai, but also we're a real dealership here. So if you want to get behind the wheel of your brand new Kia Soul or any Kia or Hyundai product, we want to help you out with that.
We can do that for you.
With our dealerships at
Brantford Kia, that's where we film every day, and that's where you'll find your new Kia product. But if you're on the Hyundai side of things, we actually have two stores that can help you out. Number one is Brantford Hyundai, which is about 10 minutes down the road, so you can actually hit up both of our dealerships in the same day. And we also have Owen Sound Hyundai, which is a bit more up north. All of these stores will help you out and treat you like family. Now let's get into the Kia Soul. So it doesn't even need an introduction. My friends, let me tell you, none of them are car people. They all know what a Kia Soul is. It's got a bold, distinct look, and in this color, it's called Inferno Red. It really pops, and that translates to the interior too. First things first, I love the Kia Soul's distinct lighting. So for 2022, I believe they changed the face of the vehicle. You see we get beautiful LED headlights, daytime running lights, and positioning lights. We also have this almost seemingly light bar when the vehicle's off transform all across the hood. However, this is not an active light, it's just our glass pane. You do have your Kia emblem inside as opposed to how it used to be printed just right on the hood. I'm gonna pop that hood to show you guys what's powering this ferocious beast. And no, it's not hamsters, contrary to what the old commercials used to show. We actually have a 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine. I was about to say gasoline direct injection, but it's not. It's an MPI engine.
But wait, before we get those horsepower specs, Gabby, what should the people do?
Oh, they should probably like, comment, and perhaps even subscribe if you haven't already, because we do videos like this each and every single weekday live at 2 p.m. And yes, this is a live stream. No notes, no teleprompter. All facts.
We wish.
All knowledge.
All right, and what are those specs?
Those specs, okay, so this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder like I mentioned. You get 147 horse with 132 pound-feet of torque. This is not a race car, but let me tell you, it is extremely fuel efficient. So this is the same powertrain that you'll find in the Kia Forte, which is our compact sedan. And let me tell you, it moves this vehicle at a good pace. You even have a sport mode if you want a little bit extra throttle response, and it's fuel efficient. So while you have the size of a small SUV, you're not paying that premium when it comes to gas. So good power, good torque. It's a reliable vehicle. I mean, it'll get you to where you gotta go. It won't do it too quickly, but it's comfy. Hydraulic hood again, which is something so small, but so appreciated. I love it, especially when we're filming. Another thing I want to point out, when you go to the GT Limited trim, or GT Line Limited, I should say, you do have LED fog lights, which I realize are now off. So if you give me 1 second, I'll turn them back on. They're horizontal, which I think is a pretty striking look. It looks very good on this vehicle. It is, of course, functional.
Here's just a good look at the grills and the design elements, and now Gabby's got those lights back on.
All right.
So there's your fogs, like she mentioned.
Check them out. Our fake air curtains. They look good, though. A lot of sporty elements on this car, which I really do like. And the closer you look, or the more you pay attention, you'll find a lot of unique Soul characteristics, other than the fact it's boxy. There's a lot more hidden details, and I'll be sure to point them out. Let's talk about our wheels now, though. So these are 18-inch alloys, and they are exclusive to the Kia Soul GT Line Limited. So they're exclusive to this trim. I think they look very good, and with its fresh new exterior look, it just complements it really well. Everything flows nicely in this vehicle. Reflector on your wheel arch right over there. And then when we take a look at our mirrors, we have a mix of body color and glossy black. Right in the very center, there's a turn signal indicator, which is added safety. On the flip side, when you get to the actual mirror portion though, you'll see we do have blind spot detection. So that emblem will illuminate when there's a vehicle in either your left or right blind spot. And while we're on the topic of safety, there's a lot more in the Kia Soul that meets the eye, especially this trim level. You're also going to get highway drive assist and your smart cruise control with stop and go. On your door handles, you have your button for your proximity key. So as long as the key is somewhere on me, I can press that and it'll unlock or lock my car. Then once you hop inside, it's just a start button, so you never have to touch your key if you don't want to. But you might want to because we have built-in remote start, which is very helpful here in Canada. Your taillights are these distinct boomerang style shapes, which it seriously looks like a boomerang. Full LEDs, so you better believe you're gonna see them break. Blends in really nicely with this red exterior paint, I must say. And then for our Kia emblem, it is a low profile finish, aluminum type finish, stamped in very, very nicely. On the left side, you get your Soul badging, which is pretty distinct, and on the right, you'll get your GT line. So it's added to the GT line family of Kia's vehicles.
And is this the top trim?
This is the top trim. So this is the highest trim level Soul you can get. It really shows when we go into the inside the interior, because you'll see a lot of premium finishes and a lot of sporty touches as well too, which I'm really excited to show you guys. And if you do like the color red, boy, this is the car for you. If you don't like the color red, it doesn't get any better once you hop inside. There's some red in there too. A couple more things I'll point out. Shark fin antenna along the very top. You do have a rear wiper, just right smack dab in the middle. I'm usually a big fan of whenever they hide it, but there's no real space to do so on this car, so I get it. I'm gonna lift our tailgate, and here's where the Soul really shines. The opening space is huge. I mean, guys, it's a box on wheels. If it didn't have a good opening, it's pretty hard to mess up. So very easy to load whatever cargo you need in here. You do have a 12-volt outlet in the very back, so if you'd have to plug in any sort of small appliance, you certainly can. It's located right over there, and this cargo area is illuminated. Now this privacy cover, it is removable, so if it gets in the way of whatever you need, you can certainly take it out. And let me tell you, there's space underneath the floorboard to store it. Not just is there space, we actually have a spare tire, something that a lot of vehicles of this size class just don't have. Hyundai Kona, I'm looking at you. So extra space, extra safety, and I don't know if it shows really well on camera, but outside from the spare tire, there's still a good amount of room on the vertical and of course width for whatever else you may need to take with you. If you want to play around with your car, you certainly can. So this cargo floor actually drops down to give you a couple extra inches of space.
No way!
Oh yeah. But if you guys have been watching the Kia Hyundai channel for a while, you probably already knew that. So you can see now we have even more usable car space. Let's say you're not taking any passengers with you. Your back row of seats does fold down. I'm doing it the hard way, but there you go. And if my floorboard was still up in its original setting, it would be almost completely flat. Obviously now we have much more of a ledge. As we work our way to the front, I'm just going to point out a couple safety things before we get into the interior portion. Now is a good time to get a shot of what the vehicle looks like in its side profile. It's bold, it's distinct. Of course, in the GT line trim, you're going to get a lot more sporty accents like those beautiful wheels, as well as this satin trim piece along the bottom too. It's very bold. The Soul has never not been. It's one of the most iconic cars out there, and when I think of square vehicles, I mean, there was the Scion XB, there was the Honda Element, there was the Cube. None of them are on the road anymore, you guys. The Kia Soul is the only one still standing, and legend has it, Hyundai actually copied the look for their new Santa Fe. So
I was gonna say the rear end, the functionality.
Yeah, that's what I've been
hearing. A little
hearing.
familiar.
So while we're on the front end of the vehicle, I'm just gonna point out in the very center of that huge grille, we have a rectangular plate. And this is not for aesthetics. That's a radar plate. So remember how I mentioned that we have highway drive assist? This vehicle is also packed with other great safety features like forward collision avoidance that also works in junctions. So if you're driving this vehicle in the city, which is honestly where it shines, it's a great city car, you have all that added protection around you. So not only is it going to warn you if there's a risk of a collision, it has the capability to perform emergency braking to stop said collision. You also have lane keep and lane follow assist, and that is utilized by the camera in your very windshield to monitor what's going on around you. Are you pointing at it?
Yeah, trying to.
Sweet. I understand the mirrors or the windows right up there. We also have heated washer nozzles, something we sometimes get asked about, which is quite nice. And yeah, let's take a look inside now though. So I'll switch with you, Charlotte.
Thank you. Okay, so if you love the exterior color, like Gabby said, You better believe you're going to see it on the interior too, but not in a bad way. I actually think it's a lot of fun and really adds to the overall sporty accents. So to get in, of course, you'd have a proximity key. So you simply click that button, you are able to lock and unlock your vehicle and get in.
Oh boy, is that more red
Oh
accents?
my goodness. It's some exclusive red interior accents. That's right. So instead of having a traditional satin chrome, we do have a red, we have red accenting, which I think is a ton of fun. And I love it with this red exterior too. It's red on red on red. If this is a red flag, I don't want to be green. In addition to just some of the accenting that we do have some red stitching on our leather seats and also some sole debossing on the sides too, which again, I think looks really cool. Now, what I'm happy to say about these seats, like I said, they are leather, but also for the driver and for the passenger, you have power adjustable seats. So from here, woohoo! Tons of different ways where I'm able to configure my seat. That way it's nice and comfortable, including lumbar support. So again, when Gabby's dad was talking about how comfortable these seats are, he means that they're incredibly comfortable, and these ones are going to be heated and ventilated too for your seating pleasure. Let's finish talking about the driver's door, and then we'll have Gabby hop around. So I already mentioned the red accenting. You have electronically controlled mirrors. You also have express and pinch protect windows in the front, and just regular automatic windows in the rear. You have down here speakers. You have a Harmon Kardon sound system in this vehicle. And can you guess how many speakers you have in this vehicle? I'll give you a hint. It's got no business having this many speakers.
10.
Yes. It's got 10, including a 640-watt amplifier. And to make it even more fun is you actually have a reactive sound mood lamp in this vehicle too. So as you're playing your tunes, you can set the color and it's going to bop along with you, which is really cool. So this is, not only is this vehicle convenient, because it's like an SUV, it's affordable, and it's fun. What else do you want in a car? I don't know. But I'll have Gabby come around to the side and we'll keep talking about what we've got.
And it's Harmon Kardon.
Yep, it is Harmon Kardon.
So Charlotte, when I used to sell cars, everyone that bought the Soul, we got a lot of people that were repeat buyers of the Soul.
Yeah.
Because they loved it, it's iconic, but they want the new features, so they get the
Absolutely.
latest one. A lot of people that hated the Soul would try it out for a test drive and be like, whoa, this is really nice.
Your perception completely changes. So
Yes.
that's why if you haven't tried it, don't knock it till you try it. This is the poster child for that saying.
I think one of the best things about the Soul is its height. So like Charlotte mentioned earlier, it's got SUV versatility, but it's not too big like a normal huge SUV. It's easy to get in and out of, and it's super comfortable.
For my moms out there, it's pregnancy approved. You can get in and out at 9 months pregnant.
Yeah. And also, if you're a taller driver, all that headroom. I mean, when you're working with a rectangular vehicle, it's very easy to put an emphasis on headspace. All right, let's hop in. Hey, Charlotte.
Hey, girl. Let me put this back into accessory mode. There we go.
So let's repeat it on the passenger seat, which is
Do
pretty
you want
nice.
to show the controls too for the passenger seat?
Yeah, absolutely. So you get a power passenger, which is very nice. No lumbar support for the passenger, but you do get, of course, your backrest and the height and angle of recline on their seat.
Perfect. So you'll be nice and comfortable in there too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Some key features I forgot to just showcase before Gabby went around is over on this side is you are going to have a brightness adjuster for your center screen, also traction control, idle, stop and go. Some people love it, some people hate it. And then also you can bring up your backup camera utilizing that button right there. Now let's talk about the steering. So we do have a sport style D-shaped steering wheel and it has a GT line badging on it. There's a little bit of adhesive on it too, so just ignore that.
I didn't see that, sorry.
That's all good. But you also have some red stitching. So again, super sporty accents. I like how this looks. It's leather wrapped, it's comfortable, and it's also heated all the way around. Behind it, you can see that we have our wiper stock and also our lighting stock and another speaker. Now let's talk about what's actually on the steering wheel. I do, in this case, like the mix of piano black that is framing in our controls. On this side, remember how Gabby mentioned that we've got smart cruise control, lane keep assist, and lane follow assist. All of that is accessible from right here. The touch of a button, you are able to bring it up and utilize all of those features. And then on this side, you're able to utilize all of your driving or more so your convenience features, like your virtual assistant, various media modes, and then of course, favorites, call, channel surfing, volume, everything like that. Behind here, and look how of a nice clear view that we have through this steering wheel, is you're going to have a 4.2-inch center screen and a digital speedometer and digital tachometer. And from that center screen is you're able to flip through. So from here you can actually see if you're using lane keep assist, lane follow assist, also all of your accumulated drive info or individual drive info. Also you are able to see your direction and TPMS. So it does have TPMS sensors, and then of course also on the screen speed limit, mileage, outside exterior temperature, and also your gasometer for your fuel. So tons to see there.
Did you know this car is available for sale?
No way.
It is.
And where should they go if they want to buy this vehicle as seen on the Kia Hyundai channel?
Well, we'll have a link in our bio if you guys want to reach out to us directly.
Perfect.
But you can also find us at brantfordkia.ca, or you can pop in Brantford Kia. That's where we're at.
214 Linden Road, 519-304-6542.
Oh boy.
Thank you. It's my emergency contact phone number.
Commercial break over. Let's get back into it.
Okay, let's take a look at our screen. So this vehicle, it has not fully been PDI'd yet, so it's still kind of in shipping mode. So I'm going to skip through this. Skip. Can you tell I'm not a tech who has to do this all the time? There we go. So from here you can see our 10.25 inch screen, and yep, go for it, Gabby. Peel that off. Ooh. Oof, so nice. And this is running the older software, so we don't have the updated CC&C, but from here you can see a host of great features like that sound mood lamp that I mentioned. You're able to access it right from here. And like I said, you can sync it with your music or your audio. You have tons of different options to choose from when it comes to a glow, or you can actually pick a color theme too. Obviously, I want to pick party time because we're in a Kia Soul.
Do romance.
Do romance? Cafe?
It really sets the mood if you guys can tell.
Sometimes I forget that we're rolling and I'm like saying all this random stuff. I'm like, dude. Some of the other awesome features that we have on here is going to be quiet mode. So for those 10 speakers, you can dampen the rear ones. That way you can still enjoy your music up front, but anyone snoozing in the back can enjoy it too. Phone projection, you are going to utilize a wired connection, so wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto using a USB cable, which I'll show in a couple seconds. And then of course, climate controls, media, Kia's telematics system, Kia Connect as well, and also setup where you can access all of those great driver's assistance features that Gabby mentioned, and you can adjust them for your pleasure here. You just simply tap on them. Nice and easy. Down here, everything is going to be pretty straightforward. We have regular tune knob, regular volume, map, navigation, a favorites button as well, which you can preset from some of these options to really be any of those items that you see on your main center screen. Basically this area, radio, media, hazards, and then moving down we have climate control. And oh my goodness, is that dual climate control too?
It is.
Wow. So passenger focused while also being driver focused. So you've got your front and rear defrost, recirculated air, and look, it's even a little Kia Soul.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in on that.
Yeah, that's important. That's a key selling feature.
Yes.
Right there. So dual zone climate control, meaning I can have it set to whatever temperature I like. Gabby can set it to her own temperature. And of course, you've got air conditioning, everything along those lines too. If we move down, you can see we have a wireless phone charger, little ledge here with that grippy material to keep your phone nice and secure. And then down here, USB for connection, USB-C for fast charging, and a 12-volt. I'll show you the key as Gabby mentioned. You have integrated remote start, which you do not need a Kia Connect membership to utilize. However, if you do want to actually set the cabin temperature to a specific temperature, you will need it for that. Leather top gear shift. It's a actual gear shift, which is great. And then of course, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. And let me put this back on for your drive modes. So in this vehicle, come on, you have two drive modes, normal and sport, and it's red. I'm shocked. So that's going to give you a little bit more of that increased throttle response, tighten up your steering, and be really fun in this GT Line Limited. Electronic parking brake, which is exclusive to this trim, as well as you have auto hold, which is not exclusive to this trim. Cup holders, and here's a look at your center console. It's deceptively deep, like it's deeper than you may think. Decent amount of space. I could probably fit my mini umbrella in there. Up top we have a sunroof. We'll open that up. Nice.
There's a feature in here that's pretty hot.
Ooh, buddy, you got a sunglass holder. So if that is not reason enough to buy this,
I don't know what
it is. You also have your quick controls for telematics up here at the top, such as emergency assistance, roadside assistance, everything along those lines.
Beauty.
Yeah, let's take a look at the rear.
For sure. MG said the Soul is a cozy car, and I agree. It's cute, it's comfortable.
Whoa.
More red accents along the back. Hello.
I'm shocked. Yep, so even back here you can see you've got that sound mood lamp, you have red accents, red stitching, and did I mention that these two seats are going to be heated? Wow, it's even considerate of your passengers.
Two different levels.
Some other convenience and tech features that we do have is we have one leather pocket, we have dual USB-Cs, and then in the center, you have an adjustable armrest with cup holders. Now, these two main seats are gonna have car seat anchors, so that is great, or rear mounted anchors. And then if I sit in the center, it's front wheel drive, so not a very big hump, nice and low, and pretty, pretty spacious.
How much headroom do you have?
Tons.
Yeah.
You can see, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it kind of bubbles upwards almost to give you a little bit more headspace in the back here too. So again, very comfortable. I've definitely had taller passengers in the back and no complaints.
Yeah. That is a lot of space back there. I love it. With all the doors open, there's just so much going on. It looks great.
Looks a little chaotic, but
Paul Williams said red's his favorite color.
really?
Boy, do we have the car
We've
for
got
you.
a car for you.
I heard you like red, so I changed everything and made it all red. But yeah, look how glossy this paint looks in here too, eh?
It looks stunning.
It's like a candy apple. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, candy apple, yeah, very much so. Gorgeous.
All right, let's see if you guys have any questions about the Kia Soul or any of our Kia Hyundai vehicles in general. If you're curious about the price point, this one's priced at $29,695 Canadian. Oh.
And remember that this is the top trim for the Kia Soul, so every other trim is going to be below that price point.
Oh yeah. So nothing above 30. I mean, we're getting really close, but nothing over 30 for the Kia Soul. Ian said price please. We just said it, $29,695 Canadian for the MSRP sticker price.
Old Bill asked if it has memory seats. It does not.
MG said, I'm watching the live stream from the hospital, hardcore fan. Well, we
Why are
appreciate
you
your
in the
support,
hospital?
but I hope
you're
I hope
okay.
you're all right. Jose asked if it has a 360 camera view. It does not. So the Kia Soul on all of its trim levels only has a backup camera. Wheel size, these are 18-inch alloys, but let's take a look at the actual wheel itself. Give me 1 second. All right, 235/45 R18s. There we are. And a closer look at the wheels. Please ignore the dirt. We don't have time to do in-depth details.
Sometimes Gabby and I are the detail department.
Yes. Last Friday, that was the case. It was.
Oh, was it?
It was a rough day. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, girl.
Let's just say that car was not clean. All right, big tires. Nah, kind of.
Sean's asking about a manual transmission. This one is not. There is none in the Kia Soul lineup that offers a manual transmission
As of now.
as of right now.
Yes, I don't think that's going to change.
It could, but I really don't see it changing.
In the past, there was a manual Soul that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You were throwing me off there. I was like, do you know something I don't know?
Yes. I will be the bearer of bad news. The Kia Soul doesn't have much time left.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be discontinued shortly. So if you have been waiting to get a Kia Soul, now's your chance. You could buy this one if you wanted to. If you want a different color, let us know. But the Soul's time's running
Just
out.
remember, the easiest thing to change about your car is the wheels. Second easiest thing to change, the color. Get that wrapped.
That is not easy.
That's some bad advice for you, courtesy of me.
Cayman said, is the tech package available for this trim level? So here in Canada, we don't have a tech package at all. The way Kia does things is we kind of have trim levels, and that's it. So if there's something that you want, you'll have to get the next trim level if it's available in that one. What year do you think it will be discontinued? So it looks like 2025. I don't know if we'll get a 2025 model or if we'll still be selling the 2024 and 2025, but
Make sure that you subscribe to find out, and as soon as we know what that's going to look like, we're going to let you guys know about it too.
James Bond asked, is this an EV? No, but I'm glad you pointed out the EV. The Kia Soul did come available as an EV for quite a few years here in Canada. This last year was the 2023 model. 18-inch wheels. My first car had 14-inch wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kia doesn't do anything smaller than 15s, and that was on the Rio, and I guess the Rio's discontinued, so now we don't do anything smaller than 16s. Yeah. Let's see, a couple people saying they like the color, which is very nice.
The red and black contrast well against each other. Yep.
Cayman also asked, is the GT line the top trim? It most certainly is here in Canada, yep. In the past, we did have a GT that had a turbocharged engine. Unfortunately, we don't get that option anymore. We only get the naturally aspirated 2-liter, but I still think it's quite capable, and it suits the driving of most of our clients, that's for sure. Let's see. Joseph earlier on said spare tires, I miss you. Yeah, spare tires are something that a lot of people, especially if they're driving an older car, they just kind of assume is going to come in their next car. And that's not always the case. A lot of smaller compact cars do not carry spare tires anymore.
Are the speakers exclusive to the GT line, or are they across all trims? So the Harmon Kardon sound system is exclusive to this one with the 10 speakers. Everything else is going to operate just on factory installed 6 speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Does Pat
You just called him fat.
in the trunk of this?
Not
a good question.
Maybe Pat, but not.
That was an accident. I messed up my words.
Earlier on, someone said Darth Vader front. Yes.
Yeah.
So we actually, a few weeks back, we had a black Kia Soul and a couple white ones. So we did our march with the. Do you remember that?
What?
When we lined them all up with the Imperial March.
Yeah, that was funny.
Let's see. Michael said, you two are pros at this. I bought my 2024 Santa Fe, which your videos introduced me to the calligraphy tech. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you're loving your new car. Santa Fe is a sweet ride. Are those bow ties on the grill?
I think they look like the bridge, like narrow bridge symbol.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you there.
But it can be whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever your heart desires. A few years ago, it looked more like shark teeth, which I really did like.
Yeah.
But I think this still looks good. It suits it.
Will this fit 2 child seats? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't recommend putting one in the center seat, but in the 2 like main seats in the rear, yep.
Mm-hmm.
You may be, depending on the car seat, harder pressed to fit someone into the actual middle seat. So I'd probably limit it about 2 max, but I haven't quite tested it myself yet.
Mm-hmm. Jose also asked, does the Kia K5 have a 360 camera? Well, we wouldn't know because Canada doesn't get the K5 anymore. But as it's last year in production here in Canada, it didn't come with the 360 cam. The States might get it for their redesign, but we won't ever get it. So.
No, unfortunately.
Will the white Kia Soul come with a white interior accent? No. So actually, thank you for asking this, Sam. I sold our very first GT line limited when it was refreshed about a year ago. And my customer was so nervous. She's like, it says that there's interior accents. Do you know what color they are? And I'm like, no. Our internal documents didn't say anything. I was like, I don't know. I can't tell you that. So when she found out it was red, she's pretty nervous, but it turned out being really good.
Yeah, it looks really great. I see it bopping around town every so often.
Yeah,
looks good.
The blue exterior and the red interior, you'd think it's a bit of a mess, but no, it actually looks really good.
It looks sporty.
Very Spider-Man.
Very much.
Yeah.
I think on that note, we're at about the 27-minute mark.
Yeah, we'll end off today's stream.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Mm-hmm. And if you want to learn more, make sure that you like this video, comment below what you want to see next, and if you would buy a Kia Soul, or if you'd be open to test driving one, and subscribe.
Yeah, if you wouldn't get one, have you driven one yet? That's the real question. So let us know of your experience with the Kia Soul, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks, you guys.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.